Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And today we have the Barnes, Tony, and I guess Riley's not here. Hi, Riley. I'm just having a good time with you, but thought he was going to be here. He's not. We go through it, but hey, we like poking fun on this show. At the end of the day, Tony, that's just what it is.
I mean, you got to poke fun at least a little bit. You know?
Exactly.
Come
Accountability.
On. Yeah,
accountability. Like the Yankees last night. What the fuck?
Where's the offense?
Yeah,
dude?
No. Get 10 hits and then just don't score anybody. Me and Matt watching the game together, so tight. But listen. It's a new day, a day full of optimism, a weekend full of optimism, Tony.
That's true.
In a Ranger game tonight that we're excited about. Obviously, our respective baseball teams with some big series this weekend as well. Of course, the Horseshoe on Sunday, and then the NFL Draft the next couple of days. Had the first round last night, which, again, we'll talk about. The NBA roars on, obviously. Our fellow Knicks fans a little disappointed after last night's loss. But one of those things, you just keep rolling with it. You keep going. And one guy who does that is Josh B.
That is correct. Speaking of never backing down, he says, fuck Philly with the PH. That is all. He says, hashtag TCA, hashtag SportsPort, hashtag DTV. But that was not all. Because then he says, Draymond Embiid laughing at himself. And he says, dirty Philly, ... Let's go Rangers, baby. That's right. Hashtag TCA, hashtag SportsPort, hashtag DTV. We have Kev Du also in the house. We want the smoke. Embiid is a dirty bitch. Kev Du is not going to hold anything back here. Let's go Rangers. He hats up, guys. Anything on the he hats up?
He hats up.
Hashtag TCA, hashtag DTV, hashtag SportsPort.
No, I'm sure Kev will explain it.
I'm sure. And then Bernie also with a big let's go. Good morning, fellas, on this beautiful Friday. Told you to watch the draft, Josh. Ha ha.
Wow. Talk about shots fired, huh?
I know, dude. People are riled here on this Friday.
It's understandably so. Great day out there.
Oh, yeah, dude.
So much to talk about. Just want to give an update
Tony,
from New Orleans, Tony. We have a four-way tie at the top. Rye and Lipsky, McElroy and Lowry. So interesting to see Rory up there. Bremen Hubbard, Cole and Kazari, all at 11 under par here. 2 underway. Obviously with those type of numbers, the top 2 just teed off today. So, really mostly on day one. You do that over a 4-day stretch. We could be looking at breaking the record, the gross record here of 30 under par. These guys on pace for around 40 under par. But, obviously, even if it got to 32, 33, still a record, and kind of interesting to see Rory up there.
Yeah, very interesting, dude. I know. I'm looking at the score sheet now. I don't see any of our guys, dude. I don't even remember who you picked, to be honest.
No.
But also, look at what ESPN has on their website. This looks like this was typed up on a typerater from 87.
So I go PGAtour.com.
I know you got it,
and
dude.
then it's not that I need it, but it's not showing on the TV.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This TV's not on.
No, it says no signal. The input.
I'll get up and do that in a second.
Heeman Keem. 7 under.
Dietrich McIntyre, 5th.
But there you go.
Let's go, dude.
But Heeman Keem, those were my sleepers, right?
No, Heeman. Oh, was it your sleeper?
Yeah. The time, Tony. The time.
I know, dude. Did you go Thagala Zalatoris? No, can't lay shot. It was something obvious. I feel like
no, because Domac said can't lay Shoffley.
Okay.
Shoffley.
Shoffley, can't lay.
Conley. Conley.
Was it Martin Ward, and no,
I'm gonna pull it up now. It's just one of those things. We talked about it. We talked about
it. Was it the Hogard brothers? No.
Nope. It was okay. My pick was Heeman Kim.
Okay.
Gary Woodland and Lee Hodges were my sleepers.
Oh wow.
Your sleeper was Dietrich McIntyre, but your pick was the Fitzpatrick brothers.
Yes, that's right, dude. The Fitzpatrick brothers are fucking nowhere to be found.
Woodland and Hodges are 5 under.
Fitzpatrick's are 6 under.
Okay, so 44th. Right around that cut line.
Yeah.
So be interesting. Obviously, just
Horschel.
Just a completely different type of event here with the team aspect, and it'll be kind of interesting too. I mean, Rory, for the most part, obviously, he's had some good rounds, some good shots, some good front back nines here and there. But it'll be interesting to see. Maybe they end up winning this, or they end up finishing the top couple of spots if this kind of turns his season around. I see what you're saying about that. That looks like the tee sheet from the 1945 Masters. And we also have Michael saying definitely lost a lot of respect for Joel. Really was hoping the Knicks would put it away, but of course, 50 burger from the best player on the floor with one leg. First round prediction looking good. So Michael jacked up here on this Friday morning, and I have to say, even though I did have the game on, but I had the 4 screens going at once, so I wasn't. I actually missed this. I don't know if we could at some point we could pull that up just so I could take a look at it. Was it that crazy?
Yes, definitely. And it's actually pretty cool too. It was nice to see Michael text me at halftime. Seemed to be dialed into the game, to be honest.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But you saw my story from last night, or no?
Oh yeah, dude. The TV set up. Yeah. Let's freaking go.
That was awesome. Oh yeah, maybe we could just pull it up now, because then I just want to do a synopsis, Tony, on the first round of the NFL draft, and just like a little sneak peek here. Absolute bedlam last night with the draft. Honestly, I think probably what the hell are you looking at?
Yeah, what
Tony,
the hell is that, dude?
Wow. That's awesome.
Let's see if I can find the right one.
Was that it?
Maybe.
Let's see.
I'm trying to remember what.
I mean, that's got to be it.
Oh my god, yeah, dude.
But
there was another one, and I'll definitely share this for the folks at home. But I'm pretty sure I thought he pulled Robinson down, dude. I thought that's what the foul was. I thought that's what people were. That's what I saw anyway. That's what I was talking about. Oh yeah, Michael says it. Joel pulling Mitch down. Look for that.
And he's saying like that, like talking about the 4 screens.
Oh wait, sorry. Hold on. What?
Like this first comment, we need to not
like that, Brian. Oh, obviously,
so. Like,
yes,
obviously that's
dude.
incoming.
Yes, dude.
And even though it's not the 4 screens, Sunday will be pretty ridiculous.
This is right.
Table underneath
Ooh, hey now, dude, take it easy. Okay, cool.
And the night is incoming, Michael.
The night is incoming.
Anytime you want, it is there. So we'll set that up with Matthew for sure.
I'm sure we're gonna get a little slow-mo replay as we just watch it in real time. There's Embiid. Oh, he's getting yep. Having some words. DiFincenzo. Are they not going to show the replay? Oh yeah, here we go. All right, so here's the replay. You're going to see Embiid kind of try. Yeah, he's going to fall down a little bit. There's Robinson in front of him.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's just one of those things, Tony. To me, it's just it's clear cut. I mean, obviously, that's just a really dirty play, and it's like kind of embarrassing. And when I see stuff like that, and I don't know what you think, but it just makes me think that the player, the person just has like an anger problem. Is that what it is? Like, why else would you do something like that?
Yeah, I think anger problem. Again, like a soft mental game, because clearly the team's down 2-0.
Yeah,
like,
but they were winning though when he did that, right? Or no? Or was it getting close?
I think it was getting close. That was towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, I just think that there's a lot of obviously frustrations going on with Embiid, with the losing, the injury, whatnot. But there's no place for that, dude.
Yeah. No.
And honestly, like what is worse, I feel like, is the no call. Like, what is how do refs not see that, dude?
It's just kind of interesting. All this stuff we're saying is ridiculous. Where is it happening? The NBA.
The NBA. But it's interesting too, because last game you had the 76ers complain that Max was getting fouled towards the end before DiFincenzo hit the 3 to win the game. And then all of a sudden you see these refs kind of like going the other way on these calls. Like, is it as simple as just the refs are trying to have like a makeup call?
It's all mental. Like, you know, what I mean? Whether it's makeup call, whatever you want to say, but you know, it gets in their head when people are barking at them.
Oh, I bet.
Do
they use the same refs for the whole series, or is it different per home?
Okay. I believe so. Yeah? Anyway, I believe so.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I think it's just ridiculous. And the one thing I would say, I never, and he's right, anger and baby sore loser. Yeah. I never did something quite like that, like when I've been playing. But I have to say, I mean, I definitely have gotten tight before and just kind of like maybe like threw it, not like threw an elbow at someone's head, but just kind of like got a little more aggressive down low. No, because
of course,
this is happening to you. I know Michael is probably going nuts for this. The thing I just can't stand, you'll have somebody very aggressive when they're in the paint, kind of this the whole time. But then, so it's like really annoying, like over the top. And then you do one thing, right? They flip the fuck out.
Yeah, dude. No, I totally agree.
No, that got me. No, there's literally been probably 5 times at LA Fitness, haven't had in a long time, but where I full screaming, literally. Really? Me, yeah, just like, dude, stop. Like, no, I'm not like dealing with this. If you want to play like that, then I'm gonna play like that. So don't like, and like, I've literally been like, what are you gonna do? Hit me, God. Like, because they do their like, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, like, enough. Yeah, he knows. Michael knows. That stuff, dude.
10,000%.
Mark was with me one time. Another time, because it's like LA Fitness Norwalk for basketball always would get so packed.
Oh, I bet.
So, like, one time somebody like tried to cut me. Renee, what up? But somebody like said, no, I got next. And like, it was clear I got next. Like,
oh my God, really?
Kicked us off. And I literally just completely unleashed Tony, like full screaming, top of my lungs. Like, Mark was so tight. And I think almost like, basically like never went back after that, honestly. Because he just like, but it's like, dude, like sometimes like, I don't know.
Did you get on though, or did he?
I did get on, okay. But he was obviously really tight that I did that. But it was like, dude, that honestly, it did happen a bunch of times. Another time, and I know I'm right, I might even have like mentioned this to you way back when I first started, but one of the other things that pissed me off one time, I'm waiting to play. There's like probably 6 other people just sitting in Stanford on the sidelines, and there's this dude playing one-on-one with somebody, taking up the whole court, and he's eating a cup of fruit, and we can't play, we can't shoot while he's playing one-on-one. And I literally like call him out. I'm like, what the fuck? And then he like challenged me to one-on-one. Yeah. So then we ended up playing, and like he was better than me, so like I didn't end up winning, but it actually was kind of close.
Yeah.
But it was just so ridiculous. Like, bro, like if you want to eat the fruit, eat it on the sidelines. You're gonna tell us all to sit down because, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
What?
That is crazy, dude.
Some of these things, dude, the court, and then also would piss me off LA Fitness. 30 people on the court. No. Let's not do a pickup game. Let's just play 21. Oh yeah, no. I'll get a lot of shots up when there's 30 people playing.
Oh my
21.
God, dude. Yeah, that's
unbelievable.
That is tough, dude. It's like your own basketball court.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I miss playing to an extent. It's just tough. The golf, Tony. You know what I mean? It's just like every time the golf is more tempting. But rainy day.
I know. Rainy day funds. Yep. Wakeman.
Yeah, Wakeman. Let's go. Yep.
Jeff, yes. Dude, gotta get Jeff in the mix, dude.
I feel like if I tried like guarding Jeff or him guarding me, vice versa, I don't think I would score 1 point because like I can't jump. Yeah. And I feel like he would just stand there with his hand up, and
you'd have to like knee him in the thigh or something, like just like dead leg him.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I did this to you when we were playing. Like, full transparency is fine here, but I feel like also when I get frustrated too, like I'm just like major hack. Like, what did you honestly think? Like when we were playing, do you think I was doing that much or not?
I don't think there was anything that egregious. No,
I think I do though. Like you know what I mean? The defense with the arm.
To
avoid because I don't have the lateral quickness. Like, it's tough not to do that though.
No, dude, it is really tough, dude. Oh gosh, dude. Michael says you can't jump either, dude.
Yeah, all right, but still, I just and I shoot better when I don't jump or barely jump.
Which is interesting.
Like I don't have a good shot when I get a lot of air off the ground.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I think you don't jump that much. I know you jump, but you don't jump a lot.
No,
I think Michael jumps the most.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a big jump guy.
Yeah. So just kind of funny going down memory lane.
Kind of aching to get a game in, dude.
Basketball?
Yeah.
We're talking rainy about day. It.
Yeah, all right, rainy day, dude. We gotta get indoors is way better too. Like it really is, dude.
So much better. Plus, actually, anytime I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but I think they gave me, I think it was 4 when I re-signed to LA Fitness last month. 4 guest passes that anytime that you guys could have for 2 weeks.
Oh, no, 2 weeks, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Like, it has to be obviously consecutive, but it's just like, if we figure out a time where it's like, oh, we might play a couple of times, we could go, early in the morning.
Yeah, let some guys about the court. Yeah.
So, might be something we'll consider.
Eat some fruit while we're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But that being said, Tony, let's go to the world of the National Football League.
Oh. He wants Jefferson, climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness! Justin Jefferson, the catch of his life.
Burrow fires, intercepted, picked off at a pick six. Minka Fitzpatrick, an absolute ball hawk.
Niners twist up front and get to Tagovailoa. Bosa again.
Mahomes escaping on the move, stops, spins, flips it forward for the touchdown.
Stop it.
Aaron Jones. Oh, what a tackle. Quincy Williams with a pile driver.
With the first pick in the NFL draft, the Chicago Bears select Caleb Williams. That's what we heard last night, and we had a record-setting first round. Williams started the run on quarterbacks, Tony. How about 6 quarterbacks in the top 12?
Crazy.
A record. And I think, honestly, complete insanity. But, you start with the top with Caleb Williams. I mean, it's one of those things I think, like, I see the ability. I always liked him. Last year rubbed me the wrong way. But the weapons that they have in Chicago definitely give them a chance. So I think it's going to come down to mental toughness, because we saw him kind of struggle in the face of adversity last year. Lots of expectations at SC. You end up going 7-5 instead of, being a top 5 team. So it's just, I think it really depends on what type of start he gets off to. And even if, let's say, he's playing well, but then they're not winning, how is he going to handle it? Because he didn't handle it well last year, but he has the weapons to succeed. Keenan Allen and DJ Moore are 2 of the best receivers in the National Football League. So I am interested to see what happens. He is mobile. He does have a strong arm. But at 6'1", is he big enough? Is he going to have a problem with balls getting batted down when he stands in the pocket? We'll have to see. But that's how the draft got started. A little bit of a surprise. I think most mock drafts at 2 had Drake May going to the Commanders, but Jaden Daniels is the pick. And I said this kind of yesterday. He's my favorite quarterback in this class. I like what he does in terms of his athletic ability, getting outside the pocket. And I think he has a good chance there. In Washington, the only thing that concerns me slightly is, Dan Quinn is the coach there. So hopefully he can get the tutelage that's required. I mean, obviously you look at the offensive skill pieces there. We know about Austin Eckler. If he's healthy, that's huge for him as a security blanket. Terry McLaurin, very good receiver. Dotson had a nice year last year. And Zach Ertz is a veteran tight end. There are pieces there. And it'll be interesting to see, with the new ownership group under Dan Quinn, can Washington turn it around? Because they have been struggling for a while. Third straight quarterback selected at number 3. Drake May goes to the Patriots, which is kind of interesting. So,
what'd you think about that, dude?
I mean, he was the best remaining quarterback. So I think if they were set on that they were taking a quarterback, they didn't have a choice. The other 3 quarterbacks that went wouldn't have been a good idea in my mind. So, but I did tell you yesterday, I thought Marvin Harrison would have been a better pick. Sure enough, the Cardinals take him at 4. That's huge for Kyler Murray. To get that type of weapon. I think he comes in right away, is the number 1 wide receiver, and possibly, Tony, quite literally, quite possibly, could save Kyler Murray's career, because it's definitely, I'm trying to think, plateaued the last couple of years.
I think plateau's a good word.
Went down. His value went down. So maybe this motivates him. Maybe he gets the work ethic going. At 5, the Chargers go with Joe Alt. So I think, that's big, for Jim Harbaugh here. You want to solidify the offensive line. The Chargers in the past have struggled in that area. Justin Herbert needing all the help he can get. The only thing you could question there, should they have gone wide receiver? They lose Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. So who's he going to throw to? You picked Quentin Johnson in the draft last year, but you could have taken Malik Neighbors, who actually went number 6 to the Giants. And I have to say, I love giving the Giants a hard time. And I know that doesn't, that ruffles the feathers of our fellow Giants fans out there. But full transparency here, the Giants absolutely crushed it. Neighbors was the only pick at 6. They have not had a true number one wide receiver, since Odell Beckham. So I think he can have that type of impact. Kind of a coincidence. He went to LSU as well. But I think he's going to step in right away and be their number one receiver. It's just a question of, is Daniel Jones healthy? And can he find him the ball? Obviously Drew Lock is an option. I know all the Giants fans fell in love with Tommy Cutlets last year, including Tony.
Yeah, I did.
But that's the thing. If you get him the ball, he's going to make plays. We know that. The Titans go with J.C. Latham at tackle at 7. So new head coach there in Tennessee. Again, solidifying the offensive line. Never a bad idea. The absolute shock of the night. Michael Penix Jr., the quarterback from Washington, 8th overall to Atlanta. And if you are wondering, yes, Atlanta did sign Kirk Cousins to a $180 million contract in free agency. Mm-hmm. And to compound that, Tony, Penix is 24. So even if, we're going to let him sit for a couple of years. I mean, by the time he's going to be a first-year starter, he's going to be 27 years old. Cousins was taken back. The agent made some comments.
Right.
I just don't get it. I know you want to be set up for the future, but you gave Kirk Cousins all that money. Wouldn't it have made more sense? Kind of like what I was saying with the Patriots there. Instead of to take Penix, to take the best player available so that you could have the best shot, because that division is wide open. I know the Bucs won last year. Not a ton of talent in that division.
Who was the best player available in terms of an offensive piece?
I mean, it would have been Dunze.
Dunze, yeah.
Which was a great pick by the Bears the following pick. You could have went double tights with Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. You could have done a lot of things. Obviously, this was an offensive draft. The first defensive player wasn't taken till pick 15.
Yeah.
But I mean, do you think it makes any sense?
The only thing I can think about it making sense is that maybe they're going to use Penix to make a trade for some receivers. Because again, you would think the Falcons, being that they are giving Cousins so much money, that they believe they can win right now with him, right? That's why they brought him in.
Yeah, so but I'm telling you, it's not for a trade.
It's not for a trade.
Traded the pick if it was for a trade,
right? Again, that probably would have made more sense, but maybe just something that didn't work out, But
and also, I'm telling you, if they didn't take him, there's a chance. I mean, probably would have been that back end of the first. There's a chance he might not even got taken in the first. So That's why this is so ridiculous. Makes no sense. And if they were really smart, because no one was going to take him at 8. They should have enticed the Vikings to move up to 8, because they could have put it out there. Oh, we're going to take J.J. McCarthy. You know what I mean? So I think they really screwed themselves there. But a Dunze would have been great to pair with Drake London. Bowers, double tights, I think would have been good. You could never have too many offensive linemen. A couple of them were taken after. So I think that's a horrendous job by the Atlanta Falcons, because I think they do have an opportunity. That offense is loaded, and you're putting a pick that, if everything goes right, Tony, I mean, Michael Penix isn't playing for 3 years.
Yeah, Jake Walsh says it here. When Cousins' contract is ending, Penix will be 28 years old. Horrible pick. But I mean, I don't know, dude. Are the Falcons, do you think that they're worried that Cousins possibly could get re-injured again this season?
Why would you give him $180 million?
That's what I mean. Something it just is so
no, it's just
stupid.
It's we just want to be set. That's what the mindset is. And
is that what they said? Really?
They didn't say that, but I'm telling you that's what it is. And it's almost like what the Packers did with Jordan Love. And maybe they're thinking, oh, well, look at that example. And it's good. He can learn from him. He can take his time. But again, the fact that he's 24 just kills it for me. I mean, it's you're really wasting a very valuable pick. So that was the shock of the draft. We'll have to see how that situation plays out, with first-year head coach Raheem Morris. We mentioned Dunze going 9th to the Bears. Like I said, they are loaded on offense. I mean, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and a Dunze and a three wide receiver set. I mean, the Bears have an opportunity this year, and obviously it all starts with Caleb Williams having a square head on his shoulders. At 10, the Vikings move up 1 pick from 11 with the Jets. And I thought, and I don't know if Jay texted you at all about this, but I thought it was a great move for the Jets. They moved back 1 pick. They trade, in addition to, going from 10 to 11, they trade a 6th-round pick and then receive a 4th and 5th-round pick. So you gain an additional pick, plus you move up around in the draft. That's a home run pick. You weren't going to take J.J. McCarthy, so there was no reason not to do that. So McCarthy 10 to the Vikings. It seems like everybody likes his intangibles. I just didn't think the production was off the page to warrant a top 10 pick. But we know that Kevin O'Connell is one of the best offensive innovators in this league. So if anybody has a chance, it's him. And I think their whole mindset here is he can, get on the same page with Justin Jefferson. And then they also have, who was the first round? Oh, Jordan Addison from last year as well. So, there's an opportunity there, with the coaching. But the Jets, and I'm going to completely botch this name. I don't know if you heard it or not, but they take offensive tackle Olu Fashanu from Penn State. And apparently he didn't allow a sack last year at Penn State, which sounds impressive, but it was funny. Boomer this morning goes, well, yeah, it's pretty easy to not allow a sack when you throw the ball 11 times a game because Penn State known to pound the rock.
The ball,
So I know you can never have too many offensive linemen, Tony, but I have to say when the pick came out, my initial thought was that once again, the New York Jets blew it just because, and we saw Bowers go 2-pick layered. Bowers was there. You've been searching for the franchise tight end forever. You signed 3 offensive linemen this offseason. I just didn't understand why you wouldn't take one, with your next pick instead of taking one at 11. Any thought there? I know, like I said, you need as many offensive linemen as possible, but it just seemed like that opportunity to take a perennial Pro Bowl tight end was too good to pass up for me.
No, honestly, Brian, I totally agree. We were talking about it yesterday too. Conklin and CJ over there.
And I think I think they might have released Uzama actually. Now.
They did release Uzama. Okay.
Yeah. So, but Conklin is still there.
Yeah. It's not enough. And again, like we talked about, like you want to give your quarterback as many options as possible offensively. You said it. Brock Bowers is he's going to be a phenomenal tight end. He's a huge body. A lot of ESPN analysts like compared him to George Kittle. You heard Jay yesterday compare him to Gronk. What the fuck, dude? Like, what? Again, I understand. It's like, I guess you can say, like you said, this past season, Jets offensive line very injured. Some other offensive linemen just were not playing well. So you want to have a lot of options on the line to protect Rodgers as well. But like you said, dude, this opportunity has not come along very often. Like, why would you not take Bowers and then try to get a different offensive lineman later?
And I know this is a generalization. Every year, every draft, every player is different, but it does seem like when there's a consensus tight end that is projected to go in the first round and there's not some, crazy injury, some rare injury, it seems like it ends up working out more times than not. It seems like they're usually safer picks because why are you a tight end? Obviously you could block, but also your hands are good.
Right.
So it just seemed like it made too much sense. And I feel like, unfortunately, the Jets blew it there. And talk about
that's tough,
blowing it. I think taking Bo Nix at 12 by Denver is laughable.
What is that about, dude?
I think you look at his overall rank there. They had him 32nd, so he was a fringe first rounder. But it's just Sean Payton wanting a guy that he feels like he could, really get up to speed quick here. And I think he likes the fact that he had all these starts in college. But I just think, again, when you're drafting somebody, 20 picks before they should be picked, 30 picks before they should be picked, I just think it creates a problem. Because I think he's going to be asked to do a lot in that offense. They lost Jerry Jeudy this offseason. You still have Cortland Sutton. Marvin Mims is okay, but I think that offense isn't that great. I like Javonte Williams, but I just think, he's going to need more help, and I just don't think – I think Sean Payton's thinking, he's just ready to go from day one, and there's going to be no adjustment period. But I beg to differ. I think it's a different speed in the NFL, and you could have 100 starts in college. But at the end of the day, it's just a different game. And I think Bo Nix isn't the type of player that's worth, that pick at 12. And again, they could have taken Brock Bowers, but instead they take Knicks and the 6 quarterbacks in, the first 12 picks a record. And it's like, I'm telling you, I really think bare minimum, Tony, half of these guys that were taken in the first round for the quarterbacks are not going to pan out.
That's crazy.
I mean, and if I had to say who it's going to be, I mean, I think, let's say it's Caleb pans out, Jaden Daniels pans out. And then if I had to go with a third one, I guess McCarthy, just because of Kevin O'Connell. But I just think the Penix thing is going to blow up in their face. Drake May, a little concerned there, especially because I feel like the cupboard is bare there in New England, and that is only going to be a detriment.
Right.
So we'll have to see.
Who do you think is going to be the best QB out of this lot? Like
Jaden Daniels.
You think Jaden Daniels?
Yeah. It just pops off the page. I could see him having a CJ Stroud type of first year.
Any chance that Caleb is like a bust? I know you said he's probably going to be good, but you think there's any chance that he's like
there? But I just think it by taking a Dunze and then also bringing in Keenan Allen, having DJ Moore, it's given him the best chance to succeed. But it could go south.
Locker room problems, no tape.
So it's up for debate. But I mean, you understand why they took him at 1, but the other quarterbacks, a lot of the picks don't make sense other than Jaden Daniels. And then really the only other things here, I think great pick for the Raiders, Antonio Pierce's first draft as head coach, going with Brock Bowers, giving them finally a replacement for Darren Waller.
Darren Waller.
So I think that was a home run pick there for the Raiders. We've seen them have a couple Tony kerfuffles in the drafts over the years.
Oh, yeah.
And then lastly, it's just crazy how loaded this draft was on offense. The first defensive player taken at 15, Leifu Laftu from UCLA, the edge rusher. So the Colts doing that. And then also, how about talking about 6 quarterbacks? You also had, let's see, wide receiver. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7 wide receivers. So 7 wide receivers and 6 quarterbacks. So, almost half the draft quarterbacks and wide receivers, obviously 2 of the more important positions in the league. So that's really the highlights from round 1. We will have rounds 2 and 3 today, and then 4 through 7 tomorrow.
Pretty sick.
The Jets traded their second round pick for Aaron Rodgers. So their first selection is going to come in round 3.
Yikes.
But they did, like I said, pick up, move up, pick
4
up
and 5, right? You said,
draft pick, which, like I said, I think that was good. So that kind of almost somewhat made up for the disappointment of not grabbing Brock Bowers. But their next picks are the 8th pick in the 3rd round, the 11th pick in the 4th round, the 29th pick in the 4th round, the 34th pick in the 4th round. So 3 4th rounders. So that's the thing. We talk about draft, scouting, this and that. The Jets, if they want to give themselves the best chance to win this year, they need from those picks in the 3rd and the 4th round, at the minimum, Tony, 2 day 1 starters. Do your homework, pick the right guys. And then you also have the 22nd pick of the 5th round, the 9th pick of the 6th round, and the 37th selection in the 7th round. So those picks are more, projects, potential, kind of risk chances, injury chances with those picks. But the meat of the draft is where you make your money. And hopefully the Jets hit, and hopefully this offensive lineman ends up being good. The one thing I will give them is I think it made sense just from the fact that you're relying on Tyron Smith, who's had some injuries the last couple of years, to be your left tackle. He could get injured. We've seen him get injured the last couple of years. So you understand it from that aspect, but that's it.
Where do you think I don't know. It is kind of tough that the Jets don't pick in the 2nd round. I mean, do you think that if they did go with Bowers, or Brock Bowers, that they would have been able to get a good offensive tackle
listen, you want to say, okay, 6th round, 7th round, you're not really like the hit rate there is so low, but I'm telling you, 3 through 5, there's so much more talent than people realize. So much more. And again, why are guys slipping there? Most of the time, not all the time. Obviously, there's off the field stuff and interviews, combine, but it's like because we're weighting the measurables in the combine over the game tape. And I'm telling you, search for game tape for these middle round guys. You're going to find some gems.
Why are you not like head of scouting for the Jets?
I know, right? So, they list their needs, other than offensive tackle, which they took as wide receiver, tight end, safety, and quarterback. Maybe they take a quarterback in like the 5th, 6th round. Maybe we'll have to see about that. But definitely, wide receiver and tight end. I really don't even think you need to do anything on defense, because I think their defense is so solid. So we'll have to see. But definitely a crazy first night of the NFL draft.
Hell yes.
But if we could go to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it! Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game! Out of sight!
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes! See ya!
All right. So a highly disappointing loss at Yankee Stadium yesterday as the A's defeat the Yanks 3-1. This was a game where the Yankees had the bases loaded multiple times, including the first inning with nobody out, not able to get any runs across. A game where you had 11 hits, but only scored 1 run. You left 11 on base and were 1 for 7 in scoring position. So tough to get that many hits. I mean, obviously, the crazy part about it too is, Tony, 11 hits, but only 2 extra base hits. So you had 9 singles, and you just couldn't get the big hit when you needed it. You struck out 11 times, and Alex Wood had been an absolute train wreck going into the start, and he was 1 out shy of a quality start, going 5 2/3, 8 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 1 home run allowed to Jose Trevino, which was 325 feet to right field, actually the shortest home run in the major leagues this year. But it's just, I think what happens here is, Wood has been struggling. First inning, he gets into trouble, gets out of trouble, and I think that just gave him a confidence boost, and he just didn't look back from there. And I knew this, going into the game, but I know, the A's have some good relievers, but I actually hadn't seen him pitch because I think I was like golfing or something the last time he pitched the first game of this series. But Mason Miller, Tony, is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if you saw any highlights.
So they throws over 100?
103, but movement, and then the hook drops probably 6 inches.
Oh my God, dude. That's crazy.
Throwing it for strikes. So it's like one of those things. And, I was watching the game with Matt, and I said, like, listen, like, this loss is bullshit. We should have scored earlier in the game. And then it wouldn't have came down to Mason Miller, but the way he was throwing, I was saying, I don't think it's specific to the Yankees. Like, I don't think anybody would have hit him in that situation. When you're throwing 103 with movement up in the zone.
Yeah.
I mean, right? Like, even if you're whoever you want to say, Ronald Acuna, Bryce Harper, I just don't think it's possible.
No, I mean, this is the guy. He came in game 1, right? And struck out Judge.
Yes.
And dude.
Yeah, he struck out the side.
Struck out, Judge, Stanton, and Rizzo, whoever, Volpe, maybe. Kind of crazy, dude. Yeah, when you're throwing this amount of gas, I mean, look at and he's like dialed, dude. Like, look at that.
Yeah, very good.
This is the at-bat against Soto.
But like, don't you think though? Nobody is hitting that.
Nobody is hitting that. And again, like you said, control.
And then that.
And look at that move. Oh my God, dude. And look at them. Those balls are basically at the same height. So, like, you know how hard it is to probably recognize that as a freaking batter to differentiate between those two pitches. Like you said, the accuracy. I mean, not only is it 102, but it's just at the top of the zone. Like, such a swingable pitch. That's crazy, dude. I can watch that every day.
And it's crazy, too, that, we didn't know about him. I mean, obviously, because he's on the A's, I guess. But, and was a starter in the minors. Actually started 6 games for the A's last year. But now he's up to 23 strikeouts in 11 1/3 innings this year.
It's from Pittsburgh.
And it's one of those things, and I was telling Matt this too, that the thing that I don't like, and I hope we can get better at this, and I think if anybody could do it, it would be Judge and Soto. But I think, and maybe it's just a league thing, like not many guys can actually do this, but I think we have a problem with high velocity, really just high velocity in general, but specifically on the upper portion of the strike zone, like especially Stanton. Like I was telling Matt yesterday, I don't think Stanton can hit a pitch that's over 93 miles an hour, honestly.
Really?
Every time, though, he just whiffs right through it. Like 97 up, he's not hitting it.
Is he behind on it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it must just be a bat speed situation. I mean, and I think it's changed over the years, but wasn't there something with that with Alonso? Was that last year that he couldn't hit like 97, 98 up in the zone?
Up and in was his kryptonite, dude. Terrible. Like literally couldn't hit it.
But what about any, like, what do you notice? Like, do you see the Mets? Like, I mean, no, not everybody throws 97, 98, but when they go up against that, like, is anybody good at it on the team?
Yeah, I feel like Nimmo's decent. He's always like got quick hands.
Like, is it where like he's looping a single over a third, but can anybody drive that, or is that just like nobody's driving that?
Maybe honestly, Marte. I've seen it done before.
Yeah,
but
but I feel like that's what you have to do in the postseason.
Alvarez has driven one like that too last year.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
you're strong, but right, like
fucking thumb.
But also, too, like I said, the Yankees put themselves in the predicament. Miller doesn't get in the game if they score 5 runs in the first inning.
Exactly. And even if it's a safe situation, like, or if it's like they need to use him to shut him out, like, you need to be up in that situation. You just need to be up. Because clearly this guy is not only striking you out, but has been striking out a lot of guys.
So it was tough, and I've done a good job so far this year. I mean, I think in past years, might be because probably our record's the best that it's been the last couple of years, but 17-9 even after this loss, but just keeping these into perspective. So obviously I was tight, but I'm just kind of thinking, okay, big picture. I think in a sense, it's good that we're going on the road. Almost like, I know it's like we're at different points than like in the season at that point, but it's like almost kind of reminds me of when the Mets went to Cincinnati. And then remember that good stretch kind of started from there. I kind of think that's what's going to happen here. Because, I mean, them going to Milwaukee right now, I mean, there's a lot less pressure than if this was a series at home, no?
Oh, yeah, definitely less pressure, less people. And Milwaukee, I mean, their bullpen is not great. The Brewers kind of are.
Yeah, I mean, they're in first place, but Yelich is on the injured list. Freddie Peralta just pitched, so we're not going to have to face him. And then, I think their offense isn't that good. So I think our offense should be able to put up some runs. So that's kind of what, I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see, and we'll talk about that in a second. But in terms of this game, also, Nestor really pitched a great game, other than, unfortunately, 2 home runs resulted in 3 runs, and that was the difference in this game. But he goes 7 innings for the second consecutive start, which is great. This day and age, you never see that. So 5 hits, 3 runs, no walks, which is a good sign, 4 strikeouts, but was leaving the cutter over the middle of the plate, and that's why he gave up the home runs. One of the home runs to Nevin, Phil Nevin's son, Tyler, and then Allen, both of those in the 3rd inning, and that was the only runs the Yankees gave up. You had Santana and Gonzalez pitching 2 innings after Nestor. And I mentioned the 11 hits, 2 for Volpe, 1 for Soto, 1 for Rizzo, 2 for Torres, 2 for Verdugo, 2 for Trevino, 1 for Cabrera. So kind of spaced out there. So like I said, I mean, it's tough. But I think at the end of the day, you're 17-9 and you just go from here. That's what's preventing me from, I think if they were, I don't know, a game or 2 under 500, and then they lost this game, then it's the sky is falling, the pony tracks, all that stuff. But I just think go to Milwaukee and especially win tonight. Luis Gil's pitching. It's a weak lineup. Luis Gil should have double-digit strikeouts tonight. I feel there's a really good opportunity there. And Ray, I think, has pitched well, but overall, he's kind of a journeyman, Tony, or no?
Yeah, I think so, right? Colin Ray, 33 years old. I think he's been on
San Diego
teams. Yeah.
Oh no, he was on Chicago. Oh, he was on
Chicago,
okay,
Miami for a cup of coffee, and the Padres for 2 years.
Okay, so so 3 games set. I'm excited to see Gil tonight. And then also I was just let me just take a look at this here for the rest of the series. I just wanted to look at the pitching matchup. So we got Gil Ray tonight. Tomorrow, a 7:00 game, Rodon versus Ross. Again, a big advantage there for the Yankees. And then Stroman Myers. So
nice.
I think a weak offense, missing their best player, mediocre pitching. So like, let's go. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, and I think there is something too. And like, again, it's not a justification. No, there is no excuse to lose 2 games to the A's in 4 games. But I just think it's a good sign. You scored 1 run, but you had 11 hits. So it's not like you can't hit the ball. And we've seen that happen so many times over the last couple of years. So you would think next time out, they're going to not only get these hits again, but they're going to get them when they need to.
Yeah, and then I think they're due for some big home runs.
Yeah, they haven't hit a lot of home runs.
like Ray is hittable, and again, I feel like he pitched against the Mets, 5 innings, give up a run too. Like, so he doesn't pitch long. I think he probably averages 5 innings. So you can get into their bullpen. You can probably knock around their bullpen too. I mean, come on, dude. This is like should be a walk in the park.
Yeah. And would you say almost you feel pretty good about a 2 out of 3 spot here, and maybe even a sweep potentially?
Yeah, you said Rodon Saturday, Stroman Sunday,
and then Heel throwing smoke tonight.
That. You could be looking at a potential sweep.
It is crazy. Like, I mean, I hope he obviously has more value as a starter, but I do feel like Luis Hill could be our Mason Miller.
That'd be sick.
Miller was a starter.
Yeah,
there
we go.
But of course, you give a guy every opportunity to start. With that type of stuff if he's able to do it. But before we do our picks here, Tony, Mets Cardinals 3 games. Anything you're interested in seeing here? Obviously, Buteau's got off to a good start this year. Mikolas has pitched batting practice, so I'm guessing you have some high expectations here.
I do have high expectations, especially because Buteau's last outing was it against the Dodgers? I forget. It was 2 starts ago was his really good start against the Braves, 7 innings, did really well. And then his next start was like, I think 5 1/3, gave up a few. So like, again, I'd like to see like another good start from him, another 6 innings, 1 earned run, something like that. I want to see some more consistency from him. But yeah, I do love the way Buteau is pitching so far. Like you said, I mean, Mikolas, I mean, come on. I feel like we should be able to hit him very easily. We talked
649.
Like, come on, dude. And honestly, I feel bad for Miles here because
You've always liked him.
Always liked him, dude. But nonetheless, I mean, I got to see some more from Lindor.
Yeah.
Which is great. The other night, the 4 for 5 spot, the 2 home runs, that's great. But again, I feel like that those 1 or 2 good games have been happening so far, and then the next game, the next series, he goes like 2 for 12 in the series or something. And it's like, well, like, come on, So I want some more consistency out of him. But other than that, I mean, that's really what I'm looking for. Let's go like starting pitchers. Again, it's not like a broken record. Let's go 6 innings. Like, I think we have Sevy tomorrow, I want to say. Oh, no. Hauser tomorrow. That's right, dude. That's kind of tough. And then again, looking ahead to Sunday, then you have back to Quintana here.
Lance Lynn, is he throwing?
Lance Lynn, he has been from what actually no, maybe could be wrong. Where the game go?
I think right there. Oh no,
2.81. No, I guess.
But I feel like over the last couple of years, the amount of hits that guy's given up.
I feel like his first couple starts. Maybe that's what I was thinking against Miami. He didn't do well, and then he kind of picked it back up. Miami 4 2/3, 4 earned runs, so it could blow up. Most recently, 5 innings against Arizona, 3 earned runs. I mean, that's, he's been inconsistent, I guess. Oakland, he threw well against, but that's Oakland. I mean, give me a break. So I think it's very possible for him to lay an egg, on Sunday.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, I guess, I feel pretty good about Quintana. Feel good about Buteau. Hauser, not so much. So if I'm looking at it again, realistically, I'm looking at 2 out of 3 spot.
Yeah,
you got to win the series. Yeah,
you're good.
Let's go. We're back at home. Dollar Dog Night, I think, is on Saturday. Is tomorrow? I think I could be wrong, which is kind of sick, dude. Because you couple that with the $3 cores, Brian.
Yeah,
no, and you got Dollar Dogs. Crazy, dude.
Good deal. Good deal for sure. Yeah. How's your fantasy team doing so far this week?
I think I'm up 10-4 right now.
Jesus. This dynasty, break it up.
Dude, honestly, I've been doing pretty well, but the only thing I'm really worried about is I literally all my guys, I have so many injuries, dude. Carlos Correa, 10-day IL, Alvarez injured, Yelich injured, Logan Thomas, the outfielder for Washington, injured. Miller, the pitcher for the Dodgers, injured, and I have Senga as well, obviously also on the IL. Literally, my entire bench is injured.
That's kind of crazy.
Which is literally nuts. Like, I've had to kind of, do a little rope-a-dope and pick up some guys. I picked up Mountcastle. Who else did I pick up? Contreras from the Cards, who I'm obviously not starting. I'm going to start Chaim tonight over him because, you expect Contreras not to do well against the Mets. What about you, dude? How are you doing?
6-6.
Okay.
So far, and 2.5 games behind you right now, but someone's 3 games behind me. So, an important week. And like you mentioned with the injuries, I do actually have Javier on the injured list. I did draft Devin Williams, so I knew he was going to be on the injured list. But and then also Leclerc lost his closer's job. But I did pick up Severino, which I'm excited about. And then Jordan Montgomery, since he came back, has been very solid. I just hope to get more out of O'Neal Cruz. I had such high expectations for him, and he's really went into a slump. And I really got him for stolen bases. He hasn't done much of that. So Rosario has been good, picking him up, the former Met great. Gunnar Henderson, great season so far. So definitely there's some reasons for optimisms here. So hopefully I can win this week. We'll have to see.
Are you playing anyone or you don't?
No,
know?
I feel like I don't really know anybody besides Riley and you and Josh.
Yeah, Kev Do.
Oh, and Kev Do?
Yeah.
Kev Do. I don't. Do you know what his team name is?
Oh yeah, he's Rick's weed guy.
Okay, well that's not who I'm playing. I'm playing Rottweiler or something.
Oh yeah. I think I Bear the Rottweiler. I don't know, but I played him week 1, I think.
Oh, you crushed.
Then I crushed Kev Do last week, dude.
How come you didn't say anything about that? Kind of interesting though. No?
Yeah.
Lack of accountability, Kev Do. I'm sure we'll be hearing about that on Thursday.
Yeah.
But that being said, Tony, let's do an abbreviated baseball frenzy.
All right, Brian. Here we go. It's Friday, April 26th, a beautiful day for some baseball. And I will start off with my first pick, Brian. And obviously, 7-10, so you feel we talked about it. Buteau, Miles Mikolas, batting practice. Miles here, maybe 4 2/3, I think. I think Nimmo lead off first pitch of the game, going yard for his 3rd home run of the season. And then from then, it's all downhill there. Don't even have to look at the over-under, Brian. Mets, by the way, minus 130 here at home. Give me the Mets winning this game. I'm going to say 7-2. Buteau, 6 innings, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 3 hits, 9 Ks. Bam.
All right, so Mets in the over. I am going to go with the Yankees and the under.
Classic.
I think Luis Gil will strike out 12 over 6 and actually have a start where his control's in check and he'll be relaxed because the Yankee offense, I think 3 runs in the first inning, and they end up coasting here to a 6-1 victory. So the Yankees and the under.
Nice, dude. I like that. My next pick here, I'm going to go with Tampa Bay Rays here. Zach Eflin on the mound against one Chris Flexen, a familiar face there. Former Mariner. But Zach Eflin so far, look at his last start, 6 innings against the Yankees. No earned run, 6 Ks. Pitching pretty well, and you'd imagine against this White Sox lineup, it should be a surefire win there. Ahmed Rosario killing it, batting .341 for the Rays here. Give me maybe a 3-for-4 night out of him, couple RBIs. As Eflin pitches his way to 7 shutout innings, the Rays win this game. I'm going to say, I don't know, maybe 4-1. So Rays and the under, Brian.
All right. So let's see. So for my second selection here, let's see, go down a little more.
D-backs.
You know what? Give me the Padres.
Wow.
Phillies. I don't know. Maybe I'm just juiced. There's too much optimism for me here, but I just feel like they're too good to just keep hovering around 500. Yeah. The offense is due to get going. I have Musgrove on my fantasy team. He got shelled his first couple outings. Yeah. Was great last time out. I think he can continue that. Is the Phillies, is it 16-10?
Yeah, 16-10.
Okay. So they've gotten off to a good start.
Yeah, Trey Turner's been doing really well.
But I think it's just a matter of Tatis getting the offense going in the first.
He's on my fantasy team. Let's go.
There, and I have one of my fantasy teams as well. So I think this is an over. It's the Padres 9-4 over the Phillies.
Love it. Definitely agree on the over there, dude. My third and final now, actually. Graham Ashcraft pitching for the Reds here. Let's
Why
see.
is it always Ashcraft?
It really is always Ashcraft, dude. Chris Bassett against the Dodgers. I'm going to go out on a limb here, Michael, and say the Blue Jays were plus 105, okay, against the Dodgers. Gavin Stone, talk a little bit about batting practice to his 6 ERA over his first few starts. What's up, Mikey? 18 innings pitched. He has given up 22 hits, dude. And I know the Dodgers on this road win streak right now. They're 7-3 on the road as they go into Toronto. But you know what? I think they stop right here. Dalton Varsho on my fantasy team has been heating up. I think he's on a 5-6 game hit streak. And I'm anticipating a good start by Chris Bassett. Justin Turner, also on my fantasy team, has been batting pretty well as of late. I will say, though, I think this does go over. Blue Jays, I don't know. I'll say they win 6-4. Varsho, walk-off. 2-run dinger.
Is he doing steroids though?
Is he supposed to be?
Or was that Ozuna?
It was Ozuna, yeah.
Okay, no, but I have Varsho on my team as well. So he always had the ability. Maybe he really is just coming too. But if that is the case, that's huge for Toronto. We talked about Moreno being a big, give up for him.
And he had a tough start to the season too, but starting to heat up now. Like, let's freaking go, dude.
I'm gonna say, give me the Orioles over the A's. Corbin Burns going up against Ross Stripling, who's been pitching batting practice himself. So the A's, the big win over the Yankees yesterday. I think we'll get shellacked today. Give me the Orioles 10-2 over the A's. And just like that, that is your baseball frenzy, Tony. So let's just win some series this weekend, please, dear God.
Honestly, dude.
What do you think about the Kev Dew deflection? And I guess
my God, that's Kev Dew's brother, dude.
But he's saying it's his first time playing fantasy baseball. But it's like, Kev, Tony smacked you around. What do you want him to say?
Honestly,
it doesn't matter if it's your first time, last time. Come on, right?
So the Bear is Kev Dew's brother, huh?
Yeah. There we go.
It's funny, dude.
But yeah,
you know what? First of all, hey, Kev Dew, my first time too. How about that?
Yeah, that is true. I honestly did not think about that. That's why I think it's bullshit, to be honest.
Hey, listen, you drafted well. You did your research. You watched some tape.
Kind of reminds me of like Riley's excuse for today, you know?
Oh my gosh,
God.
Honestly, again, he's probably drinking by now. The graduation pics, dude.
He's at Reds.
He definitely is. I'm telling you, definitely. They're doing graduation photos, which, by the way, could have we do graduation photos.
It's just so funny. It's like this younger generation.
No accountability.
No accountability. No. But then they also they forget that we lived it.
No, literally, dude. I was there, dude.
The whole thing, you want to go out many nights a week as possible.
We've been there, dude.
When there's an early wake up and you're hungover, you want to flake, just like class. We've all done it.
But you grow up and you don't flake, and you know who doesn't flake? Kev Dew, who is right now live on the air. What's up, Kev Dew?
What it is, guys?
What's going on, bro?
Nothing much, man. Just listening to the chitter chatter going on with you guys.
It's about time.
Baseball. It's all good, bro. It's my first time. If it's your first time, I didn't study at all, bro.
Was that your first time playing Madden at the watch party too?
Oh,
come on, Kev. I had to do that one.
Yo, B, really, bro? Really? All right, no doubt. You got that. I'll give you that, but guess what? I didn't practice, which I should have. That's my fault. I take the L, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the L.
You came in too cocky, dude.
But I guarantee you, if I had time to play, it would have been a lot different.
Listen, practice. All right, May 2nd, bring the sticks at whatever the bar is, okay? They have TVs. Bring your Xbox. Let's go, dude. Publicans, yeah, dude.
Nah, I don't rock with Xbox. I'm a PS5 guy.
Oh, even better, dude.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, if you want to put that basketball on, that's a different story.
Oh. You'll have to play Mike if you want to play NBA. So what do you got, Kev?
I just want to say what's up. And Embiid's a dirty mother. I ain't even gonna try that hard, bro.
Yeah, no. It's unacceptable, honestly. You can't do that.
As soon as that happened in the beginning of the game, you knew what was gonna happen the whole game. And and it's a shame that Embiid went to the line for 21 free throws, and the Knicks as a team only went 15.
Yeah, that's crazy. He had 20
What's
points
the
from the line.
And Embiid should have been kicked out. He should have been ejected after that Robinson thing. But then again, he could still pull a stunt. Like, how blatant was that OG Anunoby hit? How blatant was that?
That was very blatant.
And if you look, the referee was right there. Right there. And they let it.
Maybe they're getting paid off.
Any concern out of you, you lose that game last night that changes the series, or you think it's just bad night, you rebound on Sunday?
I think it changes the mindset of the Knicks. I think they're gonna be like, oh, you guys really want to play like that? You're gonna see a lot of chippiness on Sunday.
You think we're gonna see some fists thrown?
No. But if they were smart, they bang around and beat a lot. Bring in Jericho Sims to bang with them. With them.
They gotta hammer his knee.
Yeah, basically.
Let's go, dude.
Jericho
let's get a little gritty here, right?
He needs to go knee to knee with him. Yeah, man. It was just terrible. And I didn't even really watch the game. I caught all the highlights this morning because I was in class last night.
Don't lie. You were watching the Yankee game instead. Come on.
Oh.
Yo, Barnes, stop smoking that meth. It's bad for you, bro. It's really bad for you. No, I've been in class Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 10. So, it's kind of killing the playoffs and all that.
Yeah, that is a little tough
for me. But
hey, listen, you got the Rangers game tonight. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, but I seen the highlights of the Knicks game, and it was terrible. And then I seen Monica McNutt when she came on the post-game show. The first thing she said was, Embiid should have been out of there. And everyone's raving upon this 50-point game. Yeah, great. It wasn't a 50-point game by an MVP player. It was a 50-point game by a dirty bitch. There's a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Kev, at the end of the day, though, Embiid is kind of doing exactly what he said he's going to do. At the end of the day, I know you're saying let's get someone in there to knock him around. What are the chances that the Knicks have no answer for Embiid right now?
I think they will. I think
they will.
Yeah, I think I wish they did really have an enforcer like a Draymond Green type player.
The guy went to the line. 20 points from the free throw line is outrageous. They clearly can't stop him without fouling him.
All I will say, and I know, yes, it still wouldn't be over, but I think next game is everything. Sunday is everything. They lose that game, no way the Knicks win the series. I'm telling you, you have to win that game. You leave that door open, Tony knows what happens.
Yeah, they'll slam it in your face, dude.
You know what, though? Embiid up there 20 some odd times, 3/4 of those things weren't even really foul. They were marginal, like they said about the other fouls. You know what I mean? But he gets the marginal foul. Brunson gets mugged every time he hits the hole. And how many times do you see him get hit to the floor, hit on the head, and no fouls called? But you blow on this guy's shoulder and they're calling a foul. How is that fair? You just seen that. That's not right, man. That's just unfair.
It seems like he's always a player, though, that's always going to be fouled into the line just because he's so big. He falls so hard. I just feel like that's going to be a constant theme, Embiid shooting free throws.
I think he flops more than LeBron.
He does flop a little bit, dude. It's tough.
He flops a lot.
And again, it is so weird, too, with the 76ers filing a grievance with the league about the refs and shit. It's just so, it just doesn't feel right, dude.
Well,
all of a sudden they're calling the other way.
In the first quarter, the Mitchell Robinson play.
Yeah,
right there
exactly.
And then, for him, you knew right there and then that was a turning point. They weren't getting nothing.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was so early in the game, too, really.
Yeah.
That's just imagine. Imagine he wouldn't have been able to do any other of that cheap stuff he did, nor he would have scored that 50 points. Not saying that the Knicks would have won, but it would have been a whole lot different vibe to the game instead of the Knicks having to watch out, oh, we're in foul trouble. We got to watch what we do with him. Oh, they're playing dirty. We got to try to keep our men from getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it changes your whole game plan. And it sucks that the league is going to sit there and look at that game and probably say nothing was really wrong.
Yeah. No,
but
yeah,
if they do say Embiid should have got a flagrant 2 for that does nothing for us. Now, what are you going to take his 50 points away? No. It just makes the league look dirt. Not even the league. It makes the referees look weak.
But I do think, too, all of that aside, it's like, I mean, the Knicks Sunday, like, there's no excuses. You got to just go out there and execute and take back control of the series.
Back at the Garden, right?
No, it's still one more in Philly.
I'm saying,
to head back to the Garden with a chance to advance to the second round with a win on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so pathetic. Like, I listened to the fourth quarter on my way home, and all you heard was foul Embiid to the line, foul Embiid to the line, foul Embiid to the line. Like,
I don't know who this is, but Blake McLaughlin says, "Give it up for Kev Do." You know who that is, Kev?
Blake McLaughlin?
Or
no,
Kev?
If it's Blake from TCA, maybe. But I'm not sure. I don't know.
I would imagine if they're pulling a give it up for Kev Do.
He's giving it up for Kev Do, dude.
Yeah.
All right, Kev, what's your prediction rest of the series now? Take me game by game.
4-1, bro.
4-1.
Knicks are winning the next 2.
All right.
Just like that, dude.
We'll hold you to it.
They got a chip on their shoulder after this game. You know they're going to say all the right things and not tell you what they're going to do.
And Josh does confirm that it is Blake from TCA. So good to have him
Shout out
with
to
us.
Blake.
He'll
be at the tailgate, by the way.
Let's go. Look forward to meeting him. What are you going to be dialed into the Rangers tonight, or what do we got?
Yeah, I'm actually going to my uncle's house down in Tom's River.
He's picking
me up Uncle at Todd?
3. Yeah, I'm going down. Yeah, right? Yeah, no, my uncle, he lives literally 5 minutes away from the bridge to go to Seaside.
That's awesome.
He a Rangers fan?
Nah, he's not really a sports fan like that. No, I just, grew like I'm tight with him because he used to live in Saddlebrook. I used to do a lot of stuff for him, like at his house. I used to house sit his house. I used to throw pool parties and shit while he was on vacation.
Nice.
That type of stuff. And, he misses people from up north. So I go down, and plus that's also where I stay when I go to the beach bash. So I don't have to stay in no hotel or worry about driving or none of that. So
that's pretty dope.
I figure I go down now. And I'm thinking about stopping on the way back at Josh's to watch the Knicks game on Sunday.
No, you shouldn't do that.
Why?
What
time? I'm just kidding. You should do that.
What time is their game on Sunday?
1:00.
Oh, 1:00. So kind of nice double header for you guys with the Knicks and the Rangers on Sunday.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Yeah,
dude.
no, definitely pumped for next week. Publicans. Are you guys?
You're gonna be there at Publicans?
Yeah, we're gonna be there at Publicans. Are you guys getting there for the Open, or when are you getting there?
Of course.
Wow.
Josh, Chief, and a couple other people. We're leaving at like 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Me and Tony would be sleeping at Publicans if we left at 3:00 in the morning. But I think we're kind of targeting like mid-show.
Yeah.
What we're thinking for that.
Do what you do. We were there last year early, but some people stayed overnight at a hotel.
Yeah, I remember people saying that.
Me, I rented a U-Haul van because I took my DJ equipment and all that. City Field said they didn't want no loud music this year, so I was like, better off.
Yeah,
less money I have to spend. You know what I mean? Renting a van and all that. But it was like a scene. It was like a scene out of Old School. I was picking people up, throwing them in the side of the van.
That is so funny.
Let's go though. Can't wait for that. That's gonna be dope.
It's gonna be a good time. You'll meet my brother. He's a Yankee fan.
The Bear.
There we go. What happened with you, Kev? I don't get it.
No, what happened with him? Because my father was a Mets fan. My father was a Mets fan. What happened to him?
Yeah.
Wait, so how did it happen though? Do you know, or like what?
No, I just like the Mets. Since a young age, I grew to like Kevin Elster. I like Kevin Elster, like watching the games on Channel 9 and that. I remember back then we barely had cable. We had cable, but barely had cable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just, because his name was Kevin, I was Kevin. We played similar positions. I just grew, and then I just stayed liking the Mets.
It's funny. The reason I asked that is because I feel like it's like, I don't know, with baseball. Actually, really, I guess it's all sports, but it seems like baseball a lot. Like usually whoever the father likes, like the son, usually, but then it's like there are circumstances like my dad loves the Giants, but I like the Jets just because of my cousin's season tickets. So stuff does happen, but it is kind of interesting just asking about that.
Hey, Brian, I'll tell you like this. Back when I think I was young, maybe 9 or 10, when I used to go to my grandmother's house, she used to watch the Yankee games because she used to like Tommy John. And that's when he was old playing for the Yankees.
I remember when he was.
I used to watch Yankee games and stuff. I mean, but it's just that friendly rivalry with Yankee fans and Mets fans. It's not like I'm a super hater or anything.
Not like Brian.
No, I'm not a hater. Bernie saying kick rocks, Kev, do stub your big toe. So the usual banter there. But looking forward to seeing
boulders barefoot
Bernie next week as well.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, and just excited for this weekend, all the sports.
Hell yeah.
And good stuff.
I got a bag of rocks for Bernie to kick too next week.
No, you better bring him.
Yeah, bring him, dude. But dude, good stuff. Appreciate you calling in, and looking forward to seeing you next week.
Of course, I tried, man. Yes, sir.
All right, man.
You guys have a great rest of your day, brothers.
You too.
Yeah, you too, Kev.
That is the one, the only.
Let's come back.
The one, the only Kev do. So good stuff there. Good time to go, Tony, to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores. Captain with the overtime winner. That's the middle quick. It's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping. Rink Wellington made the full split save.
Are you kidding me?
Turn. Side of the net. Between the legs and they score. Filthy. David Pasternak. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
Let's fucking go, Brian. Yeah, dude.
Let's go. Rangers back on the ice this evening. Their big journey to Washington, D.C. is complete.
Yeah, dude.
So really looking forward to that, as, of course, they aim to take a commanding 3-0 lead in this series. And we had two teams do that last night, as we saw the Panthers 5-3 over the Lightning. And it's funny because even though I did, of course, pick the Lightning in 7 in this series, I think it when you really think about it, Tony, like it can't be that surprising just because, we know the Lightning have veterans, they're talented, but they're also older. And it does kind of seem like last couple of years they've been trending in the wrong direction. And the Panthers have been a complete juggernaut all season long.
Yeah, dude. And I mean, I think a lot of that too is their goaltender, Bobrovsky. I mean, you saw it last night. I know he gave up 3 goals, but still 26 saves. And the Lightning 0 for 4 on their power play opportunities. How about the Panthers not having any? Like, how crazy is that? But obviously their 5-on-5 hockey was outstanding. And again, I mean, you look at some of these stats here. I mean, Tampa Bay, they out-hit the Panthers 69-54, which is something you don't see often because the Panthers are normally more of the aggressive team. As I mentioned, they killed in the faceoff circle. They got outshot though by the Panthers 31-29. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Tampa Bay is getting in their own way here.
Yeah.
Because clearly they won the possession game. They had so many power play opportunities. How do you not score in the power play with some of the top, like Nikita Kucherov? And I know Stamkos is getting older, but I mean, still some of the top goal scorers in the league. Braden Point nowhere to be found on the score sheet here. When you have, Tyler Mott getting on the score sheet and that's your big guy, you need a lot more from your other players. Again, I wouldn't count the Lightning out yet.
It's over.
I know it's tough because it's down 3-0.
Yeah.
But we've seen, Tampa Bay came back. They beat the Rangers down 2-0 in the past.
But I think they're Pittsburgh, they're Washington. I think it's just the time has come and gone. And
it is tough,
I think the biggest thing is Vasilevsky. He kind of is batting practice at this point.
Yeah, that is tough, dude. He should not be giving up these many goals.
So I think that was the difference. That's why they went to all those Stanley Cups, yada, yada, yada. So the Panthers looking to advance here to the second round with a win next game.
So tough.
And I'm trying to think. So they will most likely play the Bruins if that series goes the way that it looks like it's going to go.
Yes.
Because then we would play the Hurricanes.
Correct.
Speaking of which, 3-2 last night at UBS. So the Isles now facing a 3-0 deficit. And listen, we figured Carolina would win this series. And it's just they've proven to be too much. They have a really balanced, solid group here. The Isles, have been wanted to spark the team and went with Sorokin to start the game instead of Varlamov, and he gave up 3 goals over the first 2 periods. Pulled. Varlamov did good, and the Isles had 2 goals in the second period from Engvall and Brock Nelson, but nothing in the third, and they fall 3-2. And listen, these games have been close, but obviously, Carolina's showing why they're one of the better teams in the league.
Yeah, and also Frederik Andersen reminding people of a good goaltender that he is. He had some great saves.
Coming back from blood clots, too.
Kind of crazy, yeah. Like his storyline here for this playoff series is pretty interesting. This playoff season, I should say. But the Islanders, I would say this is, ironically enough, because they blew that 3-goal lead, but this is the closest I think they've come to winning a game. Again, it was a couple of Anderson's ridiculous saves that really kept the Hurricanes in the game here. But, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. At this point, the Islanders, again, I know I said the Lightning could come back. I do not think there's a chance in hell the Islanders are coming back, and they're losing the next game, and then they're getting swept, and they're going to go home. Because they just don't have it, huh? Why? Yeah. Why stays on?
Big roster construction though this offseason, obviously, right?
Yeah, I think so. Again, with collapses like that, third period collapses. That's not something that I feel like it's on the players. That those types of collapses are on the players, dude. And I don't know. Look at this. Where are your main guys? Barzal had 4 shots on goal, but nothing to show for it. Palmieri has had an assist. Brock Nelson had that goal, but it's not enough from your heavy hitters. And then obviously goaltending. That's maybe where Waugh could have went wrong. Maybe he should have started Varlamov to begin. But I don't know. But Waugh is in a very, very tough position right now.
Bless you.
Thank you. Do you think about it coming in this game? Down 2-0. He's trying to do something to spark something going somewhere.
But did Varlamov get torched last game? Is that why he started Sorokin?
I guess the late period.
Go to his
Varlamov.
Oh yeah, because they were up 3-0. Yeah. And they lost 5-3, right?
They're up 4-1.
No, 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah, 2-0 and 3-1. So what did he do last time out?
Well, I guess this was obviously yesterday. So here he played the full game. Obviously,
but it's 3 goals,
4 goals against. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's crazy too.
Yeah.
Like Sorokin.
Also, what are you doing?
It wasn't that long ago. I was at the Isles season opener, and they're doing the Ilya Sorokin chant. You know what I mean?
And you thought he was better than an Igor.
I did. Honestly, I really did.
Crazy.
Kind of nuts.
Too bad for the Islanders. It is a shame. I knew a few people at the game last night too.
We knew it though. Especially once it was 2-0. If they had gotten one of those games at Carolina, maybe it's different. But it's just also, Carolina's just a really good team.
Yeah. It is. They are.
So we got 4 games tonight. But obviously our focus is on the New York Rangers, 7:00 TNT. Maybe Kenny Albert on the call. I don't know.
Probably.
But in Washington, obviously the Rangers winning the first 2 games of this series. And, we saw them get off to a good start in game 1. Game 2, they give up the first goal, but, end up rebounding. What do you think, just about this game tonight? I mean, is it just kind of aggressive early, fast start, and then just coast from there?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I hate to use the word coast, just because, again, I mean, as a fan, even like, as a former athlete, I mean, you don't want to be in that mindset of just coasting through. But, excuse me, again, I have no worry about this game. I don't want to say no worry, I guess, but because I guess the Caps did keep it close. Again, think about last game. Caps came out hot first 5 minutes. The last 3 minutes were all of them as well. I don't know. I don't want the Rangers to get in that mentality where it's like, we know we're better than you, so we're not going to try as hard, because they are. That was probably the biggest obvious thing. Ovechkin still, dude, like what, 3 shots, maybe 2 shots on goal this entire series.
Yeah.
So like they've been doing a great job in shutting him down. He might be honestly injured or just tired watching him skate. Who knows?
He's beaten up.
He definitely seems very beaten up. But obviously Lindgren you can get to in between the pipes. Chuck Lindgren, yes. Good old Charlie, dude. And then again, I mean, some of those guys, I mean, I guess Sonny Milano, who's listed day to day, but he's been playing decently. He's someone you want to watch out for. There's another guy who scored with that funny name. But nonetheless, you have some young guys want to shut down. But the Rangers, again, as long as you come out hot, I mean, you've been playing your 5-on-5 great. Your vision has been great. You've been getting contributions from your fourth line, first line, second, all lines, dude. So, I mean, everything has been great. I guess maybe I'd like to see, an Igor shutout just because. But not to say he has been doing well. A lot of these goals against him have been on power plays or, defensive, blown assignments, whatever. But yeah, the Rangers have been doing great. Like I said, I mean, their power play opportunity, they had a couple power play goals, last game, right? So they've been doing well on the power play. I mean, they're looking like a very well-oiled machine. Like I said, Caps have been giving them a little bit of a run for their money. Dylan Strome has netted a couple, but I mean, I don't know. If they just keep playing their game, if Laviolette keeps that intensity up, he keeps that locker room grounded. I mean, there's no reason why I can't see like a 3-0, 4-0 game here.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, so I feel really good going into this one, and really, really excited to watch this tonight. And we also have Canucks Predators, Jets Avalanche, Oilers Kings, all of those series tied at 1. So those, that game 3 usually means a lot. So I think it'll be an exciting night of hockey, and it'll also be, Tony, an exciting full-on hockey frenzy.
Oh, yeah,
you bet
baby.
Your bottom fucking dollar.
You better bet your bottom dollar. It is Friday around the National Hockey League with the playoffs. Let's freaking go, dude. We'll start it off. We know we're both picking here. Rangers at Caps, the first game in DC. We know the travel day was yesterday, dude. Over under 5.5. The Rangers minus 175 here on the road. When I say 4-0, let's make it 6-0. Rangers and the over for me, Brian.
Wow. I'm going to go Rangers in the under.
Ooh.
I think Igor pitches the shutout. The Rangers score 4 goals. Plenty good. Rangers 1 victory away from advancing to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
That is right, Josh B. The Igor shutout, dude.
Let's go.
Bet the mortgage on the shutout. That's probably a great prop bet for tonight. Moving on here now, we're going to be in Nashville as the Predators are hosting the Canucks 7:30 TBS series, tied at 1, as Brian alluded to. Nashville minus 115 at home. We know about the storylines here. 5.5 is your over-under. And obviously, we know the Predators coming off of their 4-1 victory off of Game 2. Brian, what do you think for this one?
Yeah, I got to go with the Canucks here. I know the Preds got the game last time. This is in Nashville. The crowd will be riled, this and that. But I think the Canucks have shown all season long they are the better team. So I think they win this game 4-2. So that would be the Canucks and the under?
Canucks in the over.
The over. Okay,
Over's 5.5 here. Only one game into the over on 5.5 here so far. We are through 2. I'm going to go with the Predators tonight, I think. I think in Nashville's going to be absolutely rocking I feel like a lot of the reasons why Game 1 was a victory for the Canucks is because of Thatcher Demko. But I think the Predators find their way past him yet again here between Philip Forsberg and Roman Josi. I think they can score at least 3, maybe 4 goals. And I say the Predators win this game 3-1. So Predators and the under. Brian. Next game now, we're going to Colorado. Another series here tied at 1. Very interesting as the Jets, I believe, had their whiteout game. Yeah, the first 2 games. Absolutely so intimidating going into Winnipeg with the whiteouts. Everything is white and the stadium looks dope. And that is why this series is tied at 1 here. But the Avalanche wants a 5-2 victory. Reaching, what do you have here? Over under 6.5.
Avalanche in the mortgage. No chance in hell to lose this game. I know there is the concern about the Georgiev batting practice, but I think the offense is going to be humming there in Colorado tonight. The fans are going to be going nuts. I think they win 7-2. Avs and the over.
I totally love that here. Bet the mortgage on the Avs. As I said, the atmosphere at Winnipeg was overwhelming, which is why you saw the Game 1 loss. But the Avs tightened it up in the 5-2 victory. I would imagine something similar to 5-2. So I'm going to say give me the Avs here. I'm going to say 6-1. Georgiev, happy, over, Avs. Let's go. Next game, final game, 10:30 TBS of this Friday night. We're going West Coast to LA as the Kings are taking on the Oilers. You could say they stole one from Edmonton at home. And here we go back in LA. The Kings, they're going to be rocking, coming up that 5-4 victory. Over under is 6.5. The Kings are plus money at home, plus 120. What do you think about that?
This is funny. This is like, it's like for 2 teams that we're not fans of, this is a very personal series between the both of us. But the Oilers, listen, it was nice and cute that the Kings won in overtime in Game 2. That's the only one they're getting, Tony. The Oilers humming on all cylinders here. I think they're going to win this game 6-3. The Oilers and the over, 2-1 Oilers in the series.
Let's go Kings, dude. If the Rangers weren't playing tonight, I probably have my Gretzky Kings jersey on. They're back at home. Edmonton going to be overwhelmed by the crowd and the fan base in LA. I know the first 2 games went over. I'm going to go Kings and the under. I say they win 3-1, shutting down that Edmonton Oilers offense. So give me Kings and the under. They go up 2-1 in the series.
And just like that, that is your hockey frenzy. So going to be a great weekend of hockey, and just really excited for the Rangers right now. Just so much fun watching every game, the intensity, and just the fact that they have, one of the best opportunities they've had to win a Stanley Cup since they won their last Stanley Cup 30 years ago. So it's just such an exciting time right now. And you know what's pretty nice too, Tony, is on Sunday at the Horseshoe, same group of 4 games here, and we will probably be done by the time the game tips off, but we will have Game 4 between the Oilers and the Kings at 10:30. That
wow, dude!
Following the Rangers
right
at 8. So that's going to be outstanding,
dude.
sir.
That is going to be crazy, by the way.
Yeah. So excited for this. And excited for the baseball over the weekend as well. And then I just was gonna do
update.
One more peek here at the Zurich. If you could pull up the 94 master sheet.
Now I'm going to PGA.
Looks like Rye and Lipsky, a 1-shot lead over McIlroy and Lowry. So they are through 7 holes, started on the back, McIlroy and Lowry. And then Rye and Lipsky are 2 under through 9. You got Brahm and Hubbard in the mix, as well as Skims and Taryn,
yeah.
Callum Taryn, Taylor and Hadwin also in the mix of the Canadians. So a lot of people in contention here. Dietrich and McIntyre are going to tee off in a couple hours, Tony. We'll look forward to recapping this on Sunday as well. And then lastly, do we have a primetime show tonight, or what do we got?
Actually, I don't think we do tonight. Yeah.
Okay.
Manny on assignment, Ranger game. So I think we'll be laying low. AJ will be around as well. So
basically, we'll see you Tuesday.
Yes, dude, for Binge Buddies.
But
Let's
obviously,
go Rangers, dude.
Speaking of Tuesday's episode available on the archives if anybody missed that one.
Of course, on our YouTube channel in the archives, dude.
But yeah, so another great week of shows, and really appreciate everybody who called in, who commented this week, and continues to like, subscribe, check out all of those archives on the YouTube page. Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume, the merch at downtimetv.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the weekend, enjoy the games. Let's go Rangers!
Let's go Rangers and Mets!
And we will see you on Sunday.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are